Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the MPC where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. The sound technician writes in and says, I get clicks and pops on the MPC in parens, not using loop mode, despite using the zero snap and then messing with the transients in the LFO page. It only seems to be when I add effects though. The pops often don't appear when I press the play start button a second time. Any thoughts? Maybe I'd have to probably see what you're actually using for a sample. I can try and create something and see if we can get it to be clicky and poppy, but I don't know what effects you're using. Some effects actually just have noise in them and will make noise or other problems. So it could be the effects you're using, it could be how you're applying them or something else. But I'm just going to record something. Let's see if we can intentionally in the sampler. Let's go like super low. This can frequently be a good way to create something that will have an audible pop. So we're just recording a C note, nothing exciting. I don't know that if this is what you're doing, the sound technician, but we're going to keep this. And what I'm going to do is go to main. Let's go to key group. We'll go menu, program, and let us go to samples. So I'm just going to take this. And you can hear, if you got headphones on at least, turn this up more, probably increasing the noise floor. So if you hear a little bit of that, it's probably a USB-C feedback or grounding issue or something. Anyway, you can hear kind of like a zipping. And what that is the envelope is just closing too fast. I don't know that this is what the problem you're having is, but if we go to envelopes, what I would do, especially if I have a key group, if I've multi-sampled it with the auto sampler, but I've only got one here, but I'd go to key group, select all. In this case, I know I only have one, but what you want to do is take the release and move it out. And that immediately got rid of the pop. It might not be as snappy as I want. I might still want to pull the release in. I'm just moving to Q-Link page 2 so I can do it with a knob. So you can hear like that closes really quick from when I let go of the pad. There's a little bit of a pop there sometimes, but it closes that envelope fast enough that it's not playing for a very long time, but also it's opening like just a slight bit for it to kind of release. I would also say sometimes you'll get, let's see if I can simulate this. So if we come in, like right now, it looks like this probably has you might be able to see on the camera, the start point looks like it's probably on a 0-point cross. I mean, it looks pretty close. But I've come back to Q-Link page 1. I can intentionally move this like right at the top of that. Now you can hear a pop because we're not starting at a 0 cross. I mean, that's how important it is because it's going to pop. There's just no two ways around it. Assuming like you have a sample that you just can't find a 0-point cross on, again, I would go to the envelope, go to key group all and go edit it. You can come in, we're on Q-Link page 2, the attack. You sometimes just only really need to get an attack of 1. I mean, you can hear like that cleaned it up immediately. I would say, yes, you're technically losing a tiny bit of that information, but it's forcing it to start at 0 instead of wherever your envelope is. And this is doubly important for stereo samples. So if we go back and look at this sample, I can zoom back in. If we look at it, again, I hope you can see this on the screen. This is probably more like a mono signal. The left and right seem to track with each other quite a bit. But if you get a lot of panning going on or a lot of stereo space, and you don't know, and it's almost impossible to get a 0-point cross or close to a 0-point cross for both the left and right channel. This becomes even more irritating to work with if you start going into surround sound and stuff. So personally, if I'm just like I just want to not even deal with it, I'll just take the attack, put it to 1. I usually try and get release around 30 to 60, depending on how open I want that to be. Or if you just like want it to play all the way out for that note, take the release and put up to 127. Like if you have a very long reverb tail that you've recorded and you want to be stamped into your sample, just do it that way. And then you're just really turning it into a potentially running out of polyphony problem. But the MPC's got quite a bit of polyphony, so unless you're doing something really crazy, it will probably be fine. So anyway, the sound technician, I hope this helps you out. I don't know that I'm in the right area for where you're having some of the problems, but I also would say this is probably the root of many, many problems for most people. So I would start here, start with your envelope page, just the first one, edit your attack, edit your release, and see if that helps you in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.